Working with the throat chakra, which is a seat of our clear and open communication, but also our authentic self. So when we can speak our truth, when we can say no rather than say, if we say yes and we should have said no, it's just being authentic and true with ourselves. This is all linked to the throat. So we're going to start with a mudra. We're going to take your thumb and your middle fingers together, touch the ends together, relax the shoulders, and then close the eyes perhaps, and just take a couple of slow breaths, just regular breaths, in and out through your nose. And could you turn that into ujjayi breath or ocean breath? So could you partially close the back of your throat so you can feel and maybe even hear the breath? So you'll be creating a vibration in your throat. You'll take 3 more breaths. The ujjayi breath, ocean breath. And could you just tilt your ear towards your left shoulder? And then take the ear over to your right. So you come back to center and you just let your chin drop down towards the chest. So the focus during class will just be to be opening along your throat. So whatever pose we're doing, just think if you can bring awareness to your throat, to your neck. So let's turn the head to your left. So feel the stretch on the side of your neck. And then turn the head to your right. You come back to center and then just let your chin drop down towards your chest. Lift the head, drop your ear back to the left. So just hold it there for a moment. Just feel the stretch along the right side of the neck. And then could you take a semicircle in the air with your nose as you take the head over to your right? So you drop the chin, you relax the jaw, you take the head over to your left. And then in your own time, could you just draw some semicircles going from one side to the other? Maybe noticing the difference one side versus the other as you move. Do 2 more. And then the next time you come back through the middle, just let your chin drop down towards your chest. So if you release the hands, interlace the fingers, take the hands underneath your chin. And as you lift your elbows, could you lift your chin a little? And then you bring the elbows towards each other and you tuck your chin. So lifting the elbows, lifting your chin. Sometimes it's scary, so I can see how these come. And then exhale, bring the elbows down and bring your chin towards closer to your body. So again, you lift up. Exhale as you come down. Take the hands behind the head, same thing, interlace the fingers. Take the elbows out, perhaps lift your chin a little. And then as you bring the elbows together, you might tuck your chin. So the elbows come out, the chest will lift. Throat is long, and then you exhale, you bring your elbows towards each other. So inhale as you lift. And exhale as you close. You can come back to center, release the arms. Just take the hands to your chest. So let's just take the arms out to the sides. Just feel the opening along your throat, across your chest. So last week we were working with the heart chakra, and this they're coming up to the throat. And then you take the hands forward, you interlace the fingers, and you push. So the hands come back to center, the arms come out to the sides. And then you come back to the front, you interlace the fingers, you push the hands away, chin to chest. So again, hands back towards you, arms out to the sides, lift. Take the hands forwards, interlace, push. Take the hands up. So pushing the hands up towards the ceiling, could you take a side bend over to the left? Perhaps look up to the right. And then you come up, you come over to the right, and you look to your left. Back to center, hands to center. So you rest the thumbs on your heart, your index fingers on your throat. Let's take an Om. So inhaling. Om. And you could release the hands. You could take the hands to the floor. You could take the feet out in front. And then we can twist. So as you twist, knees go left and you're looking to the right and you're really turning the head to look over your right shoulder. And then you go the other way. So the knees go to the right and you're looking over your left shoulder. So again, knees go one way, head goes the other. And again, you twist. There were some fabulous courses during lockdown. I did another one. I forgot about it. I did loads. There was a chanting course I did. I'll have to have a look, so I've still got that one as well. Most of them, I think you have kind of lifetime access to, so I should have to dig them out. Again, so knees go one way, head goes the other. And again, knees one way, head goes the other. You can come back to your center. So let's take the legs forwards. So let's push out through the heels. Take the arms out, lifting. Spread your fingers. And then bend your left knee. Squeeze the knee towards you. Knee towards your nose. Yep, just coming into a twist. Take the left foot across your right thigh. Arm around the thigh, hand behind the back. Maybe some of you combined, or maybe you don't want to. So you've got your arm around the left thigh, and you've got the left hand behind you. You lift, and then you twist. Untwist yourself back to center. Undo your legs. Take the feet to the floor. Hands behind you. Could you lift up into a reverse tabletop, unless your back is uncomfortable? Try and keep your head in line with your spine. So your body is in a straight line. Coming up to your pelvic floor, tummy back into spine. And then you could release the hips. Slide the legs out in front. Lifting up, gazing up. Spread the fingers. Bring your right knee in, so squeeze the leg. Take the leg across, so coming into a twist on this side, so you've got the arm around the thigh, the other hand behind you. Maybe you reach through and you bind, maybe you don't, and you turn to your back to center, undo your legs, hands behind you, either coming up into tabletop again, or maybe you could take plank. So if you're in plank, your toes are pushed towards the floor. Again, your body's in a straight line, and the toes to the crown of your head. And then lower yourself down. Cross the ankles. And you take the arms out to the side, relax the shoulders. Take the arms out, cactus arms, draw the arms back, open across your chest. Squeeze the forearms towards each other. Take the arms out. The next times they come together, could you cross? Could you take the left arm over the right? Could you come to eagle arms? So you've got your elbows or your wrists up. Take this off and get hooked on my jewelry. So you lift the elbows up, the hands away from your face, hold it there. And then perhaps you could take the elbows down towards your tummy. So you're tucking your chin. And then you release, you open up. You take the arms out to the sides again, opening across your chest. Spread the fingers. So as they come towards each other again, take the right over the left. Take the elbows up, take the hands away from the face. And then tummy button to spine, come forwards as far as feels comfortable for your back. Take the elbows towards your tummy. You're constricting your throat a little. And then you lift up. Take the arms out. Take the arms back. You could take the hands behind you, fingers pointing forwards. Perhaps you just lift your hips. And then lower yourself down. Can you roll down onto your back? So when you get there, just hug your knees towards you for a second. Perhaps lift your head towards your knees. So rolling into a little ball. And then you could just release. You could straighten the legs along the mat. You could take the arms out, but then bend the elbows and take the backs of the hands to the fingertips to touch at the back of your head. So you've got the elbows on the floor. You've got the legs out straight. Your chin is tucked a little way. And then could you just turn your head from side to side? So when you do that, you'll feel your ears probably be cupped by your hands. So you just turn the head slightly from side to side. And then you can keep the arms where they are, bend your knees, take the feet flat onto the ground. So you've got the elbows out to the sides, you've got the fingertips touching. And as you inhale, could you lift your hips, your tummy and your chest? So as you start to lift, you'll feel again your chin's coming a little closer towards the chest. And as you exhale, you release. So you bring your upper back, middle back, lower back down towards the ground. So again, inhaling as you lift. Try not to let the knees flop out. And then exhale, lowering down. And again, inhale, lift. When you get to the top, hold it. So you nudge the knees away from you. Maybe you could take a ujjayi breath. And then you could lower the back down towards the ground. And as you pick your feet off the ground, could you bring your elbows towards your knees? You're scrunching into a ball, elbows towards your knees, and then you let the knees move away from you. The elbows come back down towards the ground. And as you exhale again, you could squeeze. So the hand might even cover your ears as you bring the elbows towards your knees. And again, release the head. So if this feels comfortable for the neck, otherwise just keep the head on the floor. So you could pick the feet up. You could bring elbows towards the knees again. And release down. We'll do two more. So you squeeze elbows to knees. And release. Last time, squeeze. And release. So the head comes down, the legs come up in the air. So you could release let go of the head and just let the arms come out to the side. So you've got the legs up in the air. So you can hold it here. So if we have time at the end, we might give the option of shoulder stand, but this will be the other option. So if you don't want to take shoulder stand, we could just take legs up the wall or legs up in the air. But if you want to try, if we have time, we might try shoulder stand at the end. So anyway, but this will be the alternative. So we'll hold it here for a moment. You just notice your breath. You slow the breath. And then as you bend your knees, let the knees part, reach through with your hands, catch a hold of your ankles, and bring the feet a little bit closer towards your body. You've got the knees dropping out sideways, your chin is tucked in. Try and tilt the pelvis a little bit so your lower back's in contact with the floor, and then just hold it there. And then you could let go of the feet, cross the ankles, rock yourself up, and we come over to child's pose. We're going to take wide leg child's pose to start. You've got the big toes touching, knees are wide. Take your time, make sure your knees are comfortable. Slide the hands forwards and bring your forehead to the ground. So just create as much space as you can across your back. Wriggling a little, moving, trying to find some broadness across the back. And then as you exhale, you'll just feel your hips sinking down towards your heels. And you could also roll across your forehead, so you could just be rocking from one hip to the other. And the other thing we could do is we could slide the hands over to the right and turn the head to the right. So you're looking under your right arm. And then you could slide the hands over to the left and turn the head to the left, looking under your left arm. Back to center, come up into an all fours position, hop the knees a little bit closer together. So you've got your tabletop, you've got the hands under your shoulders, spreading the fingers. And then we could just relax the shoulders, lift your chin. And can you, as you round the back, could you exhale through the mouth? So inhale to lift. Exhale through the mouth. 3 more. Inhaling. Exhale, round. Inhaling. Exhaling. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. And then as the breath returns to normal, in and out through the nose, maybe just see if the body wants to move in a slightly different way. So it's entirely up to you. So you might find yourself moving side to side. You might feel that you just want to move forwards and backwards, maybe sort of undulating a little bit towards the heels, or maybe even want to draw some figure of 8 shapes with your body, but just close the eyes and just see for a moment how your body wants to move. Keep awareness of the breath. Maybe you can move your head and your shoulders. You find maybe some movement on the sides of your body. As we think about stopping, we could sit back towards the heels. So bring the knees a little bit so the knees are hip distance, and take the hands back towards your feet. So now your shoulders are dropping forwards. So you're creating space across the back. And as you lift yourself up, you could either sit on your feet, you might turn your toes under, you could sit on your heels. Could you take the hands behind your back? Some of you might want to be a little bit higher, but just take the interlace hands behind your yoga mudra, draw your shoulders out, lift your Chin, and then as you exhale, tummy button to spine, could you come forward? So you might find your forehead coming towards the ground as the hands come towards the ceiling. So as you come up, tummy button to spine, lifting up. So engage the core, Pauline, lifting up. Can't see through my hair. Exhale, coming forwards. And again, inhale as you lift. If you're on the tops of the feet, it's quite a nice stretch through the tops of your feet. Exhale, come forwards. And then just let the hands go. Let the body just drop down towards the feet. Let the shoulders drop forwards again. And then could you hold your heels? So if you were to hold your heels, we could come up into rabbit pose as high as you would like. You could just come up very lightly onto the crown of your head. So your hips are coming up into the air as high as you would like. There's not much weight. So much like a sort of first stage of headstand, there's very little weight on the crown of your head. You come back down towards the heels. Inhale as you lift. Exhale through the mouth, sit down towards the heels. One more. Inhale to lift. Exhale through the mouth, sit down. And then just release the heels. Let the forehead relax. Relax the shoulders again. And then the hands would slide forwards. The body could come up to all fours. So you've got your hands underneath you, tabletop. So could we come down into the puppy dog, but see how it feels to bring your chin to the floor. So as you come onto towards the ground, your hips in the air, can you rest your chin on the ground? If it's not comfortable, you could always turn the head. So you might have the chin on the floor. The other thing is the forehead, but see if you can find a bit more opening through the throat. But if it's horrible for the neck, just turn the head to the side perhaps. And then you could turn the cheek the other way. If you're on the cheek. You could release the chin, lift up a little, and then slide your right hand underneath the left. So you could do a couple of variations of threading the needle. You could reach the left hand towards the top of your mat. And as you slide the hand back in, so slide the left hand behind you, straighten your left leg. And then could you take the left arm up in the air? So you've got threading the needle, you've got your left leg is straight, your left arm is up in the air. And then as you bend the left knee a little bit, could you bring your left hand down to meet the right? Oh, so Daisy, you're right, Sue. So straighten your left leg, take the left arm up if you would like. You don't have to take the arm up. And then release the arm as you bend your left knee a little. You could just stay with that left hand on the floor if this makes you feel a bit wobbly. So again, left arm will lift, hold it there for a second. And could you take the left hand behind your back? So you can nudge your left shoulder back, maybe even looking over towards the left shoulder. And then you take the hand to the floor, you drop your left knee, you extract yourself, and you come back to your all fours position. Coming back. That causes some problems, isn't it? So let's take the hand forwards again. Let's come back to our puppy dog. So the chin is towards the ground or the cheek. So that when you lift up, we could take the left hand underneath your right. So slide the left hand under. You've got the right hand then coming towards the top of your mat. That's the first option. So the right arm is above your ear. And then as you slide the right hand in, so the right hand is on the floor to start, the right leg will straighten. So you're very welcome to stay here with the right hand on the floor and the right toes on the floor. But the other thing to do is to take your right arm up in the air, looking slightly towards your right thumb. And then as you bend your right knee a little, it doesn't have to touch the ground, but you could take your hand, right hand to meet the left. So again, the right arm could lift up. You could straighten your right leg if you'd like to. And again, you could just bend the right knee a little bit and take the hand back down towards the left. So last time, arm comes up. Could you bend the elbow? Could you take the right hand behind you and twist and maybe look a bit more to the right? And then you release the right hand back to the floor. You extract your left arm and you come back to your tabletop. Bring yourself back, everybody. And then coming forwards again. So we'll just come down one more time into our puppy dog. Maybe the chin is on the floor. Could you come forwards onto your tummy? Coming into Sphinx pose. So coming all the way down, elbows under shoulders, spreading the fingers. So just try holding this pose for a moment with a couple of rounds of Ujjayi breath. So just feeling if you could partially close the back of your throat. Relax the shoulders, lift the chin slightly. And how about if you turn that into buzzy bee breath or Brahmi breath? So could you inhale through your nose and then buzz? So you'll inhale and then it's a little bit wobbly. You could just relax the head for a moment. So inhale, lifting, draw the shoulders down, and then exhale and buzz. Then just relax the head. So you might want to stay here. You could take your hands to your throat. So you could just be resting your hands wherever it feels comfortable on your throat. And we just do one more. So you might even feel the vibration. So inhaling. Just lie on your tummy with your arms above you and just turn your cheek to the side. Then turn the cheek the other way. Then you chin back to center, slide the hands in, lift yourself up, turn the toes under. So there's a thing called Mona, M-O-U-N-A, which is practicing silence. So it could be that you spend an hour a day maybe in silence. Maybe you choose to eat your meals in silence. But I went to a yoga class once. It was taught by an Indian chap in Scotland, and he was a man of very few words. But it was interesting. There was no music. But he said very, very little. And I think sometimes there's a danger. And I'm trying not to say very much. So just coming up onto a kneeling position. So you can take one hand to the throat, the other hand to the chest, and then just lift. So pull up through the pelvic floor, holding it in. And slide down your body along your legs. And then roll forwards onto your tummy. So coming all the way forwards into your little baby cobra to start. Elbows are in, shoulders are down, gaze is up. And then could we take a twist? So could you just turn to your right, looking over your right shoulder? Turn the head. So you release and you look to your left. And again, you release and you look to your right. And then you release and you look to your left. And you release. Well set. So twisting to the right. And you come down and you twist. Your left. And you can just drop your cheek to the mat, set the arms to your sides, hold it there for a moment, let your shoulders drop forward. Chin comes forward, hands on the shoulders, push yourself up, come back to your kneeling position, lifting yourself up. So one hand on the throat and the other hand on your chest. So lifting up, coming back into spine, pelvic floor. The hands slide down the body, come out in front. Rolling forwards again, so coming down to the front. When you get there, could you take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, draw the hands towards the heels, squeeze the palms towards each other, lift the gaze. Maybe you could rest your tongue, the tip of your tongue, just behind your top teeth. And then you can turn the cheek the other way. You can let the shoulders drop forward, let the big toes touch, let the heels drop out. Chin forward, hands onto shoulders, push yourself up again, come back to your kneeling position. Coming up, could you take the arms out, cactus? So you're pulling up through the core again, you're taking the arms out. Spread your forearms come together, you sit back towards the heels. The hands come forwards, rolling forwards again. So you're coming down, the tops of the feet come onto the floor. You take the arms behind you, reaching back through the fingers, lifting the body. Maybe you can even lift your legs. Again, rest the tip of the tongue just behind your teeth and see how that feels. And then the hands come onto your shoulders. You lift yourself up to your all fours position for a moment. Turn your toes under, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And then you could pedal one heel and then the other. And you just step forward into a squat. Left foot, right foot, come to whatever height squat you might want to take. You might be down here, you might be a little bit higher. Spread the fingers. And just feel the breath. Hold on. And then you could rest the hands, lift the hips, heel to the feet, relax the head, relax the shoulders. And then push into the feet. Lift yourself up. Arms are coming out. Lift. The hands above the head, come down through the midline. Come to your center. So I'm just going to get rid of this. Soon pops up. It's not here, it's in kind of thing, kind of squeeze. That's right. So come back to your mountain pose, relaxing shoulders. Close the eyes for a moment and just take a breath. Exhale through the mouth with a inhale to lift. Exhale, take the hands together above the head, drop the heels, come back through the midline, down past the throat to the heart. Take the hands onto the body, take the hands behind your back. Bring the hips forwards, lift your chin. Bring the elbows towards each other. And then you slide the hands down the backs of the legs. The knees stay bent, the arms will lift as we did last time. Bend the elbows a little bit, take them back and feel the opening across your chest, maybe gazing up. Lifting up. Lift the heels. Take the hands together. Drop the heels, coming down through the midline, down past the throat to the heart, resting above the tummy button. Take the hands out to the sides, lift your chest. Again, so you could slide the hands down the backs of the legs. Lift the arms, take the arms back a little. Lift the gaze. Spread your toes. Coming up. Lift. Hands together. Drop the heels again down through the midline. Come onto the body to come round to the back of the body. Lift. Down the backs of the legs. Lift the arms. Take the arms back a little. Lift the gaze. Then keep the heels on the ground, palms together. Take the backs of the hands together and lower the arms down to your sides. Roll your shoulders. Then as you stop, you can take the arms up. Lift your groin. Drop the heels, folding flanks. Take the hands onto your shins, straighten the legs halfway length. Take the hands to the floor, slide your right leg back, push out through the right heel, so the right hand is on the floor. And then could you take your left arm out? Looking up towards your left thumb. So the hand comes down. You could slide your leg back. Take the hand under your right hand under your shoulder, come onto your right leg or right foot and take your left arm up. You could always do this on your forearm. Or not. Flip yourself back to center. Drop your knee, sit back towards the heels. Roll yourself forwards, coming onto your tummy. And as you do so, bend your right knee. Reach back with your one hand or two hands. Catch a hold of your right foot. Push your foot into the hand and lift your chest. You could always have the left hand under your shoulder. You're right there, one-legged bow. It leads very nicely into dances, but bow, which we're going to do in a minute. So you release the foot, you take the hands under your shoulders, push yourself up, turn the toes under, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take the right leg up in the air, bend the right knee, step your right foot forward, plant your left foot, and come up to warrior one. So you want your right knee bent, your left leg is straight, you're pushing down through the feet, the arms will lift. Lift the gaze, spread the fingers. You release the hands, you take the weight into the front leg, you take the left leg up, and you lift the arms, stalk pose. Take the thumb and the middle finger of your right hand together, take the left arm back, the left leg back, leaning forwards, maybe you find your foot. That's good. Right. And then you slowly, with control, release. So, other side, lift the heels. Exhale, folding forwards. Take the hands onto your shins, lengthen the spine halfway lift. Take the hands down to the floor, step your left leg back. So the left hand is on the floor. Could you take the right arm up, looking up at your right thumb? So the hand comes down, the leg comes back, and just tip onto your left leg. So you've got the left hand under your shoulder, you've got the your feet could be stacked. You could always take the hand behind, or you could come into your forearm, and you could come into side plank. Facing up. Then hold it for long. Flip yourself back to the front. Drop your knees. Sit back towards the heels. Just rest there for a moment. And then you roll yourself through, coming down onto your tummy. As you come down, could you bend your left knee? So you could reach back with the left hand or both hands. Push the foot into the hands as you lift your chest. Lift your gaze. Push down through the top of your right foot. And then you release the foot. You take the hands under your shoulder. Push yourself up. Come to your all fours position again. Turn the toes under. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Take the left leg up. Bend the left knee. Step the left foot forward. Drop the back foot. Come up into warrior one on this side. So just take your time. Front foot is, front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Relax the shoulders. Take the arms up. Release the hands, take the weight forward, slide your right leg in, it's a stalk pose. Take a mudra with your left hand, thumb and middle finger. Take the right leg back, holding onto the foot. So you can take the inside or the outside, whichever you prefer of the foot. Push the foot into the hands, try and keep your chest open. So you might even be gazing up towards your left arm. Great control. Release the foot. Release the hands. And back. To your mountain pose, hands to the waist. Let's just swivel the hips. And go the other way. And then as you stop, just step the feet apart, turn the feet out to the side, bend your knees. Take the arms out. Goddess pose. We did this last night. You can turn it into a bit of a haka by using lion's breath. So we're inhale, on the exhale, we'll stick our tongue out and we'll walk. So inhaling. Inhale. And one more time. Inhale. And straighten the legs, release the arms, turn the feet to face forwards, and then just move. So again, just let the body move however it wants to move, maybe taking the arms a little bit higher than you might normally do. You might even interlace the fingers. Let the body move. Bending knees. And the body just express itself any which way it wants to. Moving the head, shoulders. Slow. Lifting up. Exhale, coming down. Exhale to complete. Take the hands to your shins, lengthen along the spine, halfway lift. Take the hands down to the ground, step your feet back, coming into a plank. Drop your knees, cross the ankles, hop over your heels. I think we're going to leave shoulders down to next week. We're going to do supported bridge, supported fish. So with your rolled up blanket, we did this last week, but remember you can always unroll your blanket a little bit. But we're looking for with supported fish. You can do it without the blanket. It's quite a big back then, but we're going to do it with the blanket, so it's not quite as intense. The blanket, as we did last time, comes under bra strap level, and then the head and the arms, the shoulders are on the floor. So the chin is lifted slightly. So you've got an opening along the front of your throat. So if it's too much, just uncurl your blanket a little bit, but have it so that it's, I said, it's kind of across your upper back, but not too high so that your shoulders can't touch the ground. So shoulders, back of head are on the floor. The arms are on the floor. And we're just going to hold it here. And we're going to come back to Ujjayi breath. Feel the breath. Few more breaths. To come out of this pose, you just bend your knee, you roll to your side, lift yourself up, and then you might want to use, if you've got another blanket, you can use that one to go under your head. If you're a bit short on the blanket front, you might want to use that one to cover yourself up. I've got a couple of extra ones, but if you're using it under the head, you need to unfold it that way, roll it that way, and then you kind of curl it in at the end. So that would go under one's head. But I've got a couple of extra ones if you use medium to cover you up as well. Very deep your back. So I'll turn the microphone around, so I'll be looking to see you a bit. Never seen this before. Bring awareness to the breath. It's about ways you can just notice the rise and fall of the breath. Visualize breathing in through your left nostril and out through your right. In through the right. And out through the left. Out through the in through the left. And out through the left. Breath begins to slow, the body starts to rest. The whole body resting. Giving awareness to the body resting, to the feet. The soles of the feet and the toes and the tops of the feet. The heels and ankles. Resting your legs, the fronts of the legs and the backs of the legs, the knees. Release any tightness or tension in your hips and your pelvis. Feel the expansion through your torso, across your lower back, and your middle back, and your upper back. In between your shoulder blades. Relax across the tummy, across your chest. Let your shoulders relax. Let me just drop away from your ears. Arms relax, relaxation flowing down through your arms. Down through the wrists so you can soften the palms of your hands and your fingers. And bring awareness to your throat. Relax your throat, sides of the neck and the back of the neck. Maybe you can feel the breath as it travels up and down through your throat. Relax your throat. And you release any tightness or tension in your jaw. You relax your mouth, it might smile slightly. Do you relax the tongue and your lips? Relax your cheeks. Your eyes, all the little muscles around your eyes rest. And you soften the skin across your forehead. Let your whole body rest. So that any remaining tension just drains through your body, down through your torso. Down through the legs and out through the soles of your feet. Whole body. What does stillness sound like? What does it sound like when you turn off the television, the phone? What does it sound like when you take a break from talking with family or friends or colleagues? What does it sound like in your mind when you turn off the constant stream of thoughts? What does stillness sound like? What does stillness feel like? Does it feel uncomfortable, unfamiliar, rejuvenating, calming? What does stillness feel like? What would happen if you stopped thinking about the past? Stop replaying the same tapes over and over in your mind. What would happen if you stopped thinking about the future? Always waiting with anticipation for what is next. What would happen if you brought your focus to this moment? This breath coming in, this breath going out. What is this when you hear stillness? When you feel stillness? When your focus is only on this moment? It is peace. Your awareness back to your body, resting. Perhaps the breath starts to deepen. Bring some movement into your body, into your fingers, into your toes. When you're ready, you could just bend your knees and just bring your knees up to your chest. You're going to rock a little bit and then roll onto your right side. You just use your hands to bring yourself up to a seated position. The arms up. And you go down through the midline, through the throat, to the heart. Take a breath. Exhale through the mouth again. May you feel happy, may you feel joyful. May you feel loved, may you feel nurtured, and may you feel very peaceful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, anyone on Zoom? Stop that one. Wonderful. Sorry, I ran over a tiny wee bit.